and welcome to Are Straight People Okay? The show where we check in with the majority to see, how are you? You doing okay? Is everything okay? We are not here to judge, but we are concerned. And some of us might judge a little bit.
I plan on judging.
I am your host, Amanda, and I identify as a lesbian with the she and her pronouns.
I'm Matthew, and I'm gender nonconforming, and I'm gay as fuck. And I use he or they pronouns.
I'm Bella Jaja. I am a trans woman. I use she, her, and
I'm Rocco, and I identify as a man of trans experience, and occasionally I identify as straight, but culturally queer.
Okay.
This Trojan horse amongst us.
All right, so let's get started and check in with the straights on Twitter. One straight person tweeted, having a BF is kind of like having a kid. When was the last time you showered? You've been on your game for 7 hours. Need his clothes laid out, have to go clothes shopping because they won't. Can't trust them to pack their bag for a trip. Face it, you can't do life alone, boys.
Oof.
This feels very much like an unhealthy relationship.
Right? Like, is it your child or is it your boyfriend?
And this is not a comparison you would want to make with somebody you're sleeping with.
From this, it feels a little like, are they having sex? Is this a fun relationship? Is that?
What is he doing? Does he have a job and she's a stay-at-home mom, maybe?
A stay-at-home mom for him.
I just feel like I'm so soaked in like daddy culture where everyone calls each other daddy that it's hard for me to have a leg to stand on when it comes to like familial language because it's like, how many times have I asked some random person to spank it? Like,
But saying daddy.
By saying daddy. Some person I've known for less than an hour.
Yeah, but you don't want to be a child. You don't want to be likened to a child, right?
I want to be the adult child of an adult dad.
Being called a son is different than being
a
child.
I know people who are into daddy son play, I know people do it and who do the role play, and it's like they're disappointed in you and all that stuff, but I don't do that. I'm never a son.
You're a daddy.
That does sound kind of hot to have someone disappointed in you. But just for fun, just for fun.
My kink is severe disappointment.
Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Marry the ass, buy the tits.
Ooh, gosh.
Are men okay? And the answer is no.
Right? Yeah. Does he want his daughter to grow up and have a guy like this? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a guy wouldn't want your daughter to be that way and a man to treat you that way. Why do you treat women that way?
My version of this tweet is marry the trauma, buy the therapy.
Yeah, it's a loaded tweet for being only 6 words. But let's go ahead and move on. I love my boyfriend, but man, let me tell you, not a day goes by where I don't want to square up with him.
Wow.
Meaning fight him.
Girl, leave him.
Yeah. If you want to punch your partner, I'm sure.
But maybe that's a kink too.
Oh, yeah, I guess we don't want to kink shame. You're
Let's
right.
not kink shame.
Yeah, you're right. We don't want to kink shame.
Don't you feel like straight people romanticize intense relationships? Like, we have movies about them and like where you fight but you love each other and make up at the end, and I'm like, every queer relationship I know is just like 2 people trying to weather the world together in this like very beautiful way, and they don't ruin us. But I feel like for straight people there's this romanticization of like very intense.
You think it's cute.
Yeah, and I'm like, no.
Like, I just argue with my man just because.
You just not have any oppression that you have to find a way to like include this drama in your life.
Because there's so many rom-coms where they start off as enemies and then love each other. So have straight people just been fed that so much that they're like, I have to hate him in order to love him.
Growing up on the south side of Chicago, I think it's very common in a Black family to be, a hetero man and woman, to joke about that, and it's so normal, and it's so like, oh, girl, y'all in love. Like, I just fought
like
my
he's
man
fighting
today.
for you. Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, I got mad at him.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying before, and there's different ways to take it, but people are saying like love and hate aren't opposites, like they're both passion, and if you go to that place of violence and it's okay because that means that he, like really loves you or some shit, and it's like a really weird way of talking about intense emotions.
That's not to say that doesn't happen in the queer community, because obviously
it does. But we wouldn't tweet about it.
Let's move on to the last tweet that we have. Lately, I've been talking to this girl and we've been kind of hitting it off. But between all the dirty texting and bullshit I've done with her, guess what I've been doing? Focusing on the biz. Women are a time suck, my dudes. Let them suck your dick, but not your time. Yeah, it took a twist, didn't it?
Is this a song?
I just want to say that I am a very gay person who's been gainfully employed full-time for many years and has been able to sext while doing my job.
I know.
I have
Okay.
never, I was sexting before this video started with a friend of mine.
It's called multitasking.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be interesting if some of these, not all straight men, but if some of these straight men lived in a world where women are people.
Wow.
If there's anything I've learned in this life, it's to be able to send an email while getting my dick sucked.
And now we're going to talk about gender reveal parties. And you know what? They are problematic, yes, but they're also kind of dangerous. So we're going to watch a couple of pretty dangerous gender reveals.
Okay.
Oh, girl.
Jesus. People are launching missiles.
We have the very dangerous guy who started a wildfire because of his gender reveal party. This wildfire burned up 47,000 acres. It cost like over $8 million in damages.
There's many layers to unpack. I've always been confused about why anyone gives a fuck to reveal the gender of the baby. Like,
Well,
is it just about gift giving, or is it like
it's about you're more of a connection to your baby? So I do understand that part of like, okay, now people could buy me this color, or people can, I could start dreaming of how I want them to grow up.
But that's
and
fucked
etc.
up, right?
But yes, then it
if
becomes
if
fucked
your
up.
parents are already projecting, like my parents really wanted a certain type of life for me, and it has nothing to do with my queerness either. Like the life was like these expectations of like, you're gonna go to college, you're gonna have this type of career, all of these things. So when I came out as gay, both my parents were like, okay, we'll deal with that. When I came out as trans, it was a little bit harder for my dad. My mom was on board 100%. But when I told them that I didn't want to go to college and that I wanted to have an artistic career, that was not okay. So this like moment of projecting
hurts both.
before the baby, while the baby's in utero, the baby's eating all that shit. If you are having a child because you're disappointed by the failures of your own life, and then you place all of these expectations on that baby, like, why don't you just do that with your own life? Why are you doing that to an unborn baby?
There are those cakes that'll say like tutus or tackles, and it'll be like, is it gonna be a ballerina? Is your baby gonna be a ballerina or a football player? And it'll be like, it is weird because like your daughter could also grow up to be a football player, or your daughter could be on and play rugby and tackle. It's like, I think it is that on some level like, let me get in touch with my baby in some way before it's here, and that's valid. But like, what satisfaction do you get out of like bringing life into the world and then having everything planned out for it?
Right.
And not
Yeah,
it's like,
it hurts both.
Here's the thing, because I had to watch a compilation in order to cut this video together. And one of the things that was disheartening, straight up awful, was so many of the videos were like, it's a boy, and the dad was like, yes, 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 and like running around and high-fiving people. And
as
then,
if he had done some kind of accomplishment.
I know.
I wish my dad reacted like that when I came out to him as being trans.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was like, hey, just so you know, Dad.
Remember how you wanted a son?
Yeah, exactly.
Some are disappointed, I've seen.
Yeah,
like
that's-
the mother or the father.
That like
Or even the siblings.
a lot of them were like little brothers when they find out they have a sister are crying, and I was like, what are you
Sobbing.
teaching your
Totally.
son about women that this is so upsetting to them? How are you treating your wife that this is how they're reacting? For the last bit, we're gonna check in with the straight people to see what they're shopping for. Checked out some things on Amazon. We have this black and white duvet cover set that says her side of the bed and his side of the bed, and he's got nothing.
Well, where do the pets sleep? That's my first question.
The gayest thing you could have asked.
If it was up to me, I would be okay with this because I want all of the bed, but this would say dildo right here. Let's be honest, honey. After I come, he has to leave, okay?
This presumes that you actually want to sleep in a bed with your partner. I always felt like when I get married, it's going to be a Lucy and Ricky situation where we fuck in one bed and then I send him to his bed. Like
They're
we
called
can,
marriage beds.
Yeah, that's
Where it's like two beds that you push together to make one bed for sex, and then you push them apart.
I wouldn't even
to
push
sleep.
them together. Like y'all.
You
could-
just fuck on one
Right.
bed and then.
I would fuck on his bed, let all that must sit over there, and then I'll go back to mine. I will say this seems just like a novelty thing.
I think that there's trashy ass queers that would want this kind of shit too.
Yeah, sure. Next item.
Oh.
No.
His money, her money.
It should be a bigger one that says our money.
Yeah, exactly. There should be, but at the same time, I saw this and at first I was like, ugh, but then I was like, oh, is she the breadwinner and bringing home all of the money?
But it's also
no, she-
right. It's supposed to be that like women
She's
spend all the
stealing my money.
But
Yeah,
see,
she
guys
gets
like
her
to
hair
joke
checked.
like that. They like to be like, this is my side of the closet and all this is hers.
Who keeps their money in a piggy bank?
Yeah.
Wait, maybe this is for children, and it's like the son is getting less of an allowance than the daughter. In which case, these straight people are okay. Once they start preferentially treating their daughters by giving them more money and empowering them, straight people are okay.
Daughters get $10 for allowance.
That's right.
And sons get
A quarter.
$7.10 to women's $10.
Fix the gender wage gap.
What I wonder though is the way these piggy banks are situated, does the money have to pass through his piggy bank to get to hers?
Wait, I think that's the joke.
You gotta pay that
That's fucking
first.
awful.
I don't know if they're separate.
I think it's one piggy bank and that it's his money going into her.
I hate that.
It's disgusting.
I hate
Kind of
that.
tacky.
We have this.
Oh my God.
My dick smells like coffee. I'm the reason his
What the
dick
hell
smells
does
like
that
coffee.
mean?
Okay, wait. Actually, I live for this. This is hysterical. So she's saying that she drinks so much coffee that then she sucks his dick and his dick smells like coffee.
See, I was
I
with
went
you at
to
first. I was
somebody-
like, is her vagina
That's what I
coffee?
thought. I was like, is she putting coffee grounds up there? Like, what is happening?
Not doing it. Not
It's like a
happening.
strange type of douche.
I mean, it's funny on one level, but also like, who would wear that? But also, I just want to say that there's nothing actually gendered about these except the photo. If you just looked at the things and just says my dick, because that could be anyone who has a dick.
His dick.
Well, the other one says his dick.
Yeah.
So, but if you just said my dick
She
smells like
gross.
coffee.
She's just gross.
Can you imagine a man, a straight man getting this for his girlfriend and be like, no, it's funny, wear it. Yeah. No, it's funny, wear it.
Her dumb ass wearing it.
So that's like the pressure that women feel in relationships to like, because like a guy would get this and think it's a funny gag.
Or she kind of looks like a bro. She's
Well,
like,
she happy.
she's buying it
That
for
bitch
him.
smiling.
You're saying that you would be down with the
you
coffee
would be
smelling
her.
dick.
Well, his dick wouldn't smell like coffee if I were sucking it. It would probably smell like peanut butter because that's all I'm eating all day.
As we are about to end the show, we just wanted to really quickly check in with a straight person. So we have Akiva here, and we're just gonna check in to see how you're doing today.
It's been a day. It's been a week.
Thank you so much, Akiva. We
you.
just wanted
Poor
to
you.
check
Oh,
in with
let's
a
give
straight
him a-
person.
Thank you for pulling me in off the street. I am so rarely recognized and celebrated.
Awesome.
So thank you.
Thank you so much, Akiva.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you think straight people are okay?
I don't know if straight people are okay, but I do know that they're trying desperately to seem okay. And that is not okay.
What is okay? I just feel like this. Believe in yourself. You don't need all of this to let you know that you're worth it and you're someone who should be appreciated and not cheated on.
Are straight people okay?
No, they're not okay. I'm not okay. We're not okay. Like, no one, if being a person is really challenging. And I think there's a system in place that makes straight people shittier than queer people. And I'll stand by that. Until queer people are absorbed by mainstream culture fully, we will always be a little bit more okay. Mainstream culture is not okay.
Some straight people have a lot to work on. And I think that one thing that could help them and everyone out is therapy.
Oh yeah.
Agree.
I'm sure we'll check in the future just to make sure. Straight people, are you doing okay?
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
fine?
Are
We
you
just
okay?
want to make sure.
You good?